Conor, sensational
GP3 and I say GP2 races as well over the Silverstone weekend. All the focus, as ever, on Formula One, but you guys just put on an amazing show on Sunday morning. Really enjoyed watching that. You and Will Buller particularly. Just tell us about that, because over in the old pits, it looked like it was wet, wet, wet.
Yeah, honestly, it was all the conditions that made it exciting. Of course, for the drivers, though, I think it's the worst possible situation you could be in, because you really just don't know what the best choice is. And really the same exact thing happened at Silverstone last year. I was one of the drivers who didn't make the right choice and had to make a pit stop on the first lap. So I feel like I've experienced so many different things now at Silverstone. It's been crazy. But this year we made all the right choices. And race one was a bit wet, but definitely dry tires, and we all started on dry tires. And it was difficult at first, but the track dried out, and then race two became very, very just very difficult, because we went out from the old pits to the new F1 pits on wet tires, and we thought, I don't know. So then we all put on slicks in the F1 pits before we rolled to the grid. And then when we got to the grid, everyone started switching to wets because it had just started raining just a little bit more. And my team chose to leave our tires off till the very last minute. And then, boom, the choice was made to go slicks, while I was saying, oh, no, we have to go wets. Because, everyone around us is putting on wets. Usually when you're starting at the front, you got to go with the majority. But it was only me and Alex Brundle at the front who had the slicks, and I think there was probably only 3 drivers total. The third being Buller, who started on slicks. So I was very kind of unhappy with the choice at the beginning, because I knew we needed to get some good points and get a good finish. But as I did the warm-up lap, I started to realize, okay, this could work out for us if it didn't rain anymore. So I started to gain more confidence every lap.
What was it like on slicks in the wet in the first couple of laps? How do you drive in those situations?
It was extremely difficult. I have to say it was probably some of the toughest conditions that I've driven in, just because everyone around you is so much faster, and they're obviously trying to get by, and there's a race going on, but you're almost not part of that race, because it was you just couldn't go as fast as the other guys if you wanted to stay on track. And it was, I don't really know how to describe it. I was really frustrated because everyone was going by me, but you never know how fast you can actually go through the corners, especially on slick tires. So it was kind of just a get into the corner and hope you come out the other side forward.
And where did young William Buller pass you, Conor?
I honestly have no idea where I think I really don't know, because I was literally living in my mirrors, just trying to make sure I didn't hit anyone, or I didn't get collected by a bunch of other people, because it was very close at times. But I honestly have no idea where he passed. I thought he made a pit stop. Honestly, I thought I saw him going to the pits, but that wasn't him.
Well, I would suggest that perhaps in the situation in which you both found yourself, being at the back in some ways of the grid, that is, might have been a slight advantage, because you can only go forwards basically. Whereas, as you just said, it's difficult to know from where you started how quick or slow to go. Exactly.
Yeah, and you never know as well. I think our car was more of a dry setup. I think Buller actually faded towards the last few laps, so you never know if he was on actually quite a wet setup, which would have helped for sure in the first few laps. But I know we were definitely more on a dry setup, because it was very difficult to handle, and I had completely burned my rear tires off on the day before, so I think we had definitely kind of adjusted the tire pressures a little bit to kind of help with that.
And Conor, I won't keep you, because now just tell us where you're off to now.
Well, yeah, today I get to do another aero test for the Sahara Force India guys. And I'm very, very fortunate to be doing that. And I know they've got a lot planned. It'll be behind closed doors as well, so it should be interesting. And I'm just very, very happy and very much looking forward to helping them as much as I can.
And Conor, you're actually going back to, or you're going to Duxford, I believe, which is where the unfortunate incident occurred with Maria de Vallota, correct?
Yes. Yep.
And we still don't know for sure what happened, but can I just ask you a question? If it, well, let's talk about the anti-stall sequence on that car. Is there any way when you're traveling slowly and you happen to be in the wrong gear, perhaps too high a gear, that the thing can go forward? Have you had any incident like that yourself at all when you first got to drive that car?
I have not. No, I found the anti-stall system to be quite. I never got into it. Every time leaving the kind of tent garage area is fairly simple. The clutch doesn't even require any throttle to get moving. So I'm not really sure. I thought everything with the car was quite smooth, quite simple to do. There is a lot going on, however, and there's a lot of buttons, switches, and knobs that you have to be careful and push the right button and do the right thing. But honestly, it was it wasn't too bad to really get used to. So it's a difficult thing to kind of understand.
Conor, great talking to you. Good luck tomorrow at Duxford. Enjoy the F1 car again, and we look forward to seeing you in the GP3 again at Hockenheim. Best of luck there too.
I appreciate it, Peter. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Conor.